It feels like a knife is literally stabbing you in your boob. You also don't know what you're doing. There were times where I kind of wish I would throw up, but. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be back. It's been a little while. The last time I posted was my pregnancy announcement video. If you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch that video. It was just really touching and a special video, and I'm so thankful to have it to look back on. But it has been quite a while since then. I am 28 weeks, so officially in my third trimester. I can't even believe it. It's so wild. I'm coming at you real and raw, no makeup, just relaxing in my house. I'm making this video specifically about the first and second trimester, everything that I have learned, my experience. Of course, every single pregnancy is different. I'm not a doctor, this is just my experience. So definitely consult your doctor for anything that you have questions about, but this is just my experience. I love to share about pregnancy, and I know I loved watching videos like this, so if you know any pregnant women, make sure you share this so they can hopefully benefit from it as well. All right, well, let's just jump on in. Okay, so we're gonna start with the need to know category. Everything that you should know, that you need to know, that might be common knowledge, but just in case, I'm gonna include it in here. So we're gonna start with the first thing. Symptoms. At the very beginning of my pregnancy, I did not even think I was pregnant. If you saw my last video, sorry if you hear my precious animals in the background. I'm trying to record a video here. Okay, so the first symptoms that you start to feel when you are pregnant, at least for me, is soreness of your boobus, your breasts. Definitely your ladies, they start to feel a little sore. I felt that a lot, and it kind of comes out of nowhere. It's not gradual, it just kind of, it stabs you. That's what it feels like. It feels like a knife is literally stabbing you in your boob, and it's just really painful. And then the other thing that I felt is cramping, and it's very similar to period cramping, and that's another reason why I was doubtful that I was pregnant. So definitely cramping, a lot of cramping, and soreness of the breasts. I started to get nauseous throughout the day, not in the morning. I am very fortunate that I really did not have a hard time in my first trimester. Now, there was challenges. It's not to say that I didn't, struggle a little bit here and there. The nausea is real, and it's almost a different type of nausea. Kind of explain it to two friends this way. Let's say that you need to throw up. Well, it kind of goes in phases, like you start to feel it in your belly, and then it comes up, and then you just feel so heightened to the point where you want to throw up because you want to relieve that pressure and that feeling, that nausea. I feel like you get to that point of nausea where you want to throw up because you want to relieve that pressure and the nausea. But at least for me, I feel like I went over that feeling and I couldn't throw up. It doesn't happen. It doesn't come up. So it definitely wasn't fun at all. And there were times where I kind of wish I would throw up. But the weirdest part about this whole thing is there is something to heal that feeling. And for me, it was food. It's crazy. As soon as you start eating, a few seconds later, the nausea goes away. So those were my symptoms the first trimester. Another thing that you need to know, if you have cats, I have two, and I love them so much, and I kind of love this part too. Sorry, Daniel, but you're supposed to avoid kitty litter. Oh, darn. I wish that wasn't a thing. No, that's actually pretty awesome. And the next thing is, this might seem like common knowledge, but you'd be surprised. You want to stop alcohol use, especially in the first trimester. Everything is super fragile in the first trimester. You want to make sure that your baby gets through some milestones, and you want to definitely stop as soon as you find out, if you're trying even, stop the consumption of alcohol. You also want to avoid anything that has high mercury. and that's found in a lot of fish. So definitely make sure that you look out for those types of things. So yes, definitely avoid high mercury. So there's a lot of conflicting research out there about caffeine intake during pregnancy, and you definitely should watch it a little more during the first trimester to be safe. Of course, it's always your choice, and always talk to your doctor. But generally what's recommended is 200 milligrams of caffeine per day. And that equates to about 2 cups of coffee, give or take, because everyone likes their coffee differently. And of course, there's not only caffeine in coffee, so make sure that you are aware of that with the sodas that you drink or the tea that you drink or pre-workout. So just be careful with your caffeine intake. You also want to avoid raw foods. Does that mean sushi? Yes, it does. And that is one thing that I have craved mostly in the first 2 trimesters. Sushi. I just always wanted sushi, but avoid raw food. So once again, not a doctor, but my doctor told me Tylenol is what is safe during pregnancy. What she recommended to me, definitely no ibuprofen. Tylenol all the way. And it still helped. Next thing you need to know is you are gonna get something called a linea negra. And it is a line that goes from basically the bottom of your breast or the top of your belly all the way down to the pubic bone. And you will most likely, most pregnant women develop that. And I think it's just really interesting. It just shows up out of nowhere. And it's just really cool. Don't be alarmed. It is 100% normal. All right, let's talk about the ladies. Thankfully, I was told that my boobs were about to start making some changes. I felt the changes for sure. Like we talked about earlier, you feel the changes, but my goodness, they start to look so different. And I feel like that is definitely one of the earliest changes that started happening. Is they started changing. They started getting bigger by the day. More things I learned, and something you might need to know, is your doctor will tell you in the 2nd trimester to stop sleeping on your back. It is just not the best position for baby, or for you, specifically for baby. So they do ask you to stop lying on your back. So definitely get used to sleeping on your sides. All right, let's talk about hormones, because my goodness, they are changing every which way. That is one thing that I really just wasn't prepared for. And I've never experienced it so heavily. Had a lot of just mood swings and random episodes of sadness and being overwhelmed and disappointed or just easily frustrated. And I didn't really understand it because it would hit me at random times. There would be nothing wrong, and I would just feel this overwhelming dark cloud over me. And it does feel, you feel kind of ashamed because you don't feel in control of your feelings, and you also just feel like you're being ridiculous. And thankfully, my husband Daniel, he has been amazing dealing with that and also working through it with me, because he's not experiencing it. So at the beginning, when I started acting a certain way, I don't blame him for not understanding. I didn't understand. I still don't understand myself. But he's been very patient and very sweet and very encouraging. And sometimes all you need is a hug. And I actually made an Instagram post about this. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'll put it right here. So definitely prepare yourself for hormonal mood swings, changes in your emotions, because they are very real. Don't blame yourself. You're perfectly fine. You're just growing human. Now let's move on to the tips and tricks that I've learned. Like we talked about, sleeping. You cannot sleep on your back any longer when you reach the 2nd trimester. And you definitely start to feel it after a few nights of just sleeping on your sides. And you also don't know what you're doing while you're sleeping. So you might be on your back, but awesome tip is there are pillows made that are kind of like in a wedge, and you just go right in between. There's a little spacing in between so you can fit comfortably in between the two pillows. It will basically keep you on your side, and it also gives your hip support because your hips do start to get really sore and it can get a little painful. Definitely I would invest in one of those. Also putting a pillow between your legs helps. It kind of elevates the stomach a little bit so it's not putting so much weight when you turn over. If you are like me, make sure that you are constantly packing snacks. I am working full time and I had to make sure that I had snacks galore at my fingertips at all times, or else that nausea is really gonna kick in and it's just not gonna be okay. Do your best to stock up on snacks that are good for you and baby. Nuts, granola bars, fruits, peppers, carrots, baby carrots. You also do want to make sure you get some good carby snacks that really fill you so you don't have to snack and then snack again and then snack again because you keep getting hungry. Two other things that help with nausea. Ginger. Ginger is definitely known to help nausea. Also mint. Mint is something that really helped me. We had a mint soap in the bathroom and I'm telling you, it was almost an instant cure. Mint, ooh, it was definitely a nauseous reliever for me. I 100% suggest mint. Make sure that you are getting your water intake. It's so good for you to feel better, to feel hydrated. You do not want to get dehydrated, and it's good for your baby. Your baby needs it. Your baby's sucking so much out of you. Make sure you stay hydrated. Drink your H2O, people. Drink your H2O. Stay tuned for a bump date towards the end of the video. Okay, and then there are several different apps that I use. I downloaded all the apps. There is one called Hey Mommy. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. You can set it to notify you at your preferred time. It's basically a message that is from your baby. So it's as if your baby is talking to you, and it kind of tells you just what they're up to that day, or things to prepare for, or things that you might be feeling. And it's just really sweet. I love it so much and I look forward to it every single day. And then last but not least, exercise. Exercise has been a game changer for me. Guys, it is so important to move your body, I mean, in general, but especially when you're pregnant, you don't want to stay in one position for too long. And so just establishing a routine of exercise into my lifestyle has been so beneficial for me, for baby, and I know that exercise has also been studied to help with recovery. Apparently your abs do separate, so it is harder to use your core. Just be aware of that, be careful, because of course that can affect your lower back. Okay, well, if you only follow me on YouTube, you have not seen the progression of my belly growing. So if you're seeing my belly for the first time right now, it'll probably surprise you. I am getting pretty big, but here is the bump date. Here it is. This is Miss, we don't know her name yet. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was beneficial to you. I'm definitely going to be posting more pregnancy videos, tips, along with other things, lifestyle, fun, challenges, just some exciting videos coming soon. So make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me. And comment down below anything that you learned in your pregnancy, and I would love to connect in the comments. All right, well, I hope you have a wonderful day, and don't forget to live and love out loud. Bye.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, baby, I love you every day. I can't breathe. I'm not even doing anything.